Here we are in front of the Somosierra Pass. Behind me is the pass, the little divot in the mountains, and if you can see the highway going up into the pass. Beyond this pass, beyond these mountains, lies a plain, and on that plain lies Madrid. In 1808, Napoleon himself arrived at this pass in front of the French armies, and he sees that the pass is blocked by the Spanish. They set up some cannon, and they have riflemen around the pass shooting at any French that try to go in. Napoleon takes out his telescope. He looks into the pass. He assesses the situation. He closes the telescope and he says, "Send the Polish Lancers." The Polish Lancers are a group of about 90 troopers, Napoleon's personal bodyguard. The Polish Lancers trot off. They gallop into the pass. Boom! Half of the Polish Lancers are wiped away. But they continue, they gallop on. What happens? They make it through! They break through the pass, and the French armies follow behind, pouring through the pass into Madrid. The Spanish armies scatter across the countryside. The battle was fought on July 22nd, 1812. These two hills behind me were the center of the battlefield. The French were attempting to go around Wellington and cut him off from his supply lines. And Wellington, for his part, was actually intending to retreat on the day of the battle. He was outnumbered. And Wellington always tried to avoid a battle if he could. He'd always look for the best defensive advantage on the terrain. As the French were marching around and behind me, but beyond the hill, their divisions got separated. They were marching over too much ground and then could defend. When Wellington saw this, he immediately decided to attack. We're here at the Burgos Castle, and in the fall of 1813, British troops, having won the Battle of Salamanca and marched to Madrid, laid siege to this city to try and cut communications and supplies from the French. Because this city is at a crossroads in the north-south highway that goes from Madrid to France. They were not successful because the French left 2,000 men, 2,000 veteran soldiers under an experienced and active commander, Dubreton, and they were able to hold off 24,000 Brits for about a month, and until a relief army began to arrive, and Wellington knew it was time to leave. Here we are on the battlefield of Vitoria. Behind me is the hill of Arinez. The British objective was to push the French off this hill and reach Vitoria. And the heights, the ridge behind me, are known as the Heights of Puebla. And this is where the battle began. The objective was assigned to the Spanish. So 2 Spanish units were sent to take the heights. They marched up to the top. The French, who were arrayed in the valley behind me and to my right, saw them up there and they went to attack them. The Spanish began to waver, and the English general in that sector, his name was Hill, he saw this, and who did he order up to save the day? The Scots Brigade. And they came charging up the hill with their kilts and their bagpipes, and with cold steel pushed the French back. Wellington was planning on crossing a bridge farther down the river to our right, but a Spanish peasant came to him and said, "Look, there's a bridge at Tres Puentes that is unguarded by the French." Yeah. Wellington immediately diverted troops to cross this bridge.